Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Good morning. It's morning here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Ah, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Uh-oh. Sorry. Krishna. I always forget this thing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. There's no one, no incarnation ever like Lord Chaitanya. None. Hare Krishna. Govinda. Welcome. Hare Krishna. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Lord Chaitanya, there are no armies. There's no fighting. There's no killing of demons. Lord Chaitanya doesn't kill anyone. He doesn't organize any armies. It's not the have to get rid of the demons. It's not like that. And we see, the other scriptures historically, there's, a lot of struggling going on. And even within the Vedas, if you look at the Mahabharata, when Krishna appeared 5,000 years ago, it was one army against the other army to destroy the demons, the irreligious rulers, like that. Hare Krishna. Hey, Haribol, Madam Krishna. Hope you're well. Hare Krishna. Like I've never read the Old Testament or even the New Testament all the way through. I mean, I've tried, but it's like very difficult. It's like from another time, and I couldn't make heads or tails out of it with the archaic King James version. So I found an audio recording of it online. The what is it? The New International Version, which is easier to understand. And I've been listening to the audio, and it sounds to me like a Mahabharata, just another chapter of Mahabharata, to be honest with you. The Lord is guiding, these people, and there's going to be, they're going to take over the land, and then they're going to rule, like that. It's like a Mahabharata thing. And even that section in Bhagavad Gita, just before the universal form, when Krishna speaks to Arjuna and displays his power within the material situation, and that's that like same voice, I am that I am voice, and you will be victorious, and your armies will take over, and you'll be the rulers, and it's that kind of thing that the Old Testament, at least I've been through Genesis and Exodus and now Leviticus, and I'm on Numbers now, where they're taking a census of who's going to be in this army. It's about 500,000 people, a little over 500,000 soldiers. So, Hare Krishna. But Lord Chaitanya is not like that. This incarnation is not like that. There's no armies, there's no heads getting cut off. It's not like that. The Lord's desire is to simply give every living entity, and we see not just human beings, but every living entity. There's the account of that dog who got ecstatic love of Godhead. She even understands dog. Oh, Krishna. It's the most incredible incarnation. And it's I was looking at, there is a religious aspect to the Hare Krishna movement. There definitely is. And Srila Prabhupada gave very minimal rules and regulations. Very minimal. I mean, I'm looking in the Old Testament, and oh my God, there's rules governing what kind of a pimple a person can have and still be considered, clean. There's rules about everything. I mean, every aspect of life, if you're clean or dirty, and you have to make a sacrifice, and then you're unclean for 7 days, and then, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. I mean, it's very extensive. Leviticus really goes into it. Hare Krishna, establishing the priests and the guidelines, and because they're making an army. It's very disciplined. It's an army. Hare Krishna, Hare. But Lord Chaitanya is not like that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Just like with the appearance of Jesus. Of course, I'm not at that part yet. And this is really exciting to see, the Old Testament and then the appearance of Jesus, who is a Vaishnav. He's teaching love of God for everyone. So, I can hardly wait to get to that point, but it's good to have all of this. So there is this religious aspect to the Hare Krishna movement. There is, and Prabhupada gave very minimal, like to follow a codicy. It's actually very strict. There's a lot of really strict things for a codicy, but Prabhupada just gave like a little thing of it. Well, fast till noon. Hare Krishna. And don't eat beans and grains and stuff. It's very minimal, very minimal. And he didn't stress all the other rules about if somebody dies in your family, you can't come to the temple for like 30 days or something. He didn't give all of that. He just gave minimal. And what I get out of it is when he was wanted to establish a temple of Krishna Balaram, which is Gaur Nitai, in Vrindavan, he had the Brahmins, the local Brahmins, come in and do all kinds of fire sacrifices and pujas and mantra chanting and blessing this and blessing that. And he told the disciples, he says, we really don't need this, because we're in the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but they won't accept this as a bona fide temple unless all of this is done. So we'll just go ahead and let them do it, but actually we don't need it. We don't need all of this. So because there's this religious aspect to the movement, so then, okay, so we do like this, and we'll give you, some greatly reduced guidelines for deity worship. I mean, there are rules, so people will accept. I mean, that's what Lord Chaitanya, he saw that he was absorbed in ecstatic love of Godhead, and that's the program, folks. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. But he saw that there was a class of people who wouldn't accept him. He was a householder, a young man, and so he said, well, I've come to engage everyone, to give everyone love of God, and their minds are disturbed because they can't relate to this, so he accepted sannyas. And that was when he was able to, in the very beginning of Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the Adi Lila, chapter 7, and Krishnadas Kaviraj is setting the scene for all the pastimes of the Lord in his incarnation, and he gives that pastime of Prakasananda Saraswati and the Mayavadi sannyasis surrendering to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because they could recognize him that he was a sannyasi, and they were attracted to him, his bodily features, he was beautiful. And when he appeared at their assembly, they became attracted. But he had to appear like that as a sannyasi so they could hear from him. So there's that aspect to this movement. There is a religious aspect. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. But it's a part of the utility principle. This is what? Books are the basis, preaching is the essence, purity is the force, and utility is the principle. So it's kind of in the utility part. So it has its place. The religious aspect has its place. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. For one thing, it helps with the government in these different countries kind of backing off and giving special consideration and respect like that. So it's a religion. It's not just some crazy, like in this country, in the U.S., the government will come and destroy something. Like those poor people in Waco, Texas, the Seventh-day Adventists who were becoming very ecstatic in their worship, and the government just went in and killed them all. They were enemies somehow. And the Mormons also have to be very careful because of their unusual practices, their polygamy and so on. So this gives, it's a religion. It's in that category. That's that. In Prabhupada, I remember hearing that early on, now his preaching when he was first establishing the movement, Krishna consciousness movement, there was during the Vietnam War, and the government was drafting all the young men. I know guys that I went to school with, and I had one boyfriend even, and I was really attached to him, and he got drafted into the army to go into Vietnam. And he came back a different person, and 4 years later I was a different person. But he was drafted. All the young men were getting drafted. And at that time, Prabhupada didn't want his brahmacharis and his students to get drafted into the army. He didn't want that, to go fight this war. He didn't want it. And that was, in large part, a reason why, at that time, he incorporated ISKCON as a religious institution, 5013C. And then the students were his considered clergy, seminary students, and they couldn't be drafted. That was, it's a utility. It protecting in different ways. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. But Lord Chaitanya himself, he's not about wars and armies, and he's not about all of that at all. It's not about that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, my people as opposed to your people. The demons and the demigods. It's not about that. It's for everyone. Lord Chaitanya. That's why the chanting in the street, the public kirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This incarnation like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is just, how are we so fortunate to be living at this time where this is going on? It's only 500 years. And the disciplic succession is enhancing more and more and more and more and more as the Lord's desire more and more and more and more becomes realized. And more and more the Lord's dear devotees are presenting his mission, his words. They know his desire because of their loving relationship with the Lord. And Srila Gaur Haridas is a gem. He's really a gem. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the devotees who are hearing from him, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's actually a miracle. It's a miracle. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. I know the devotees who are practicing on the path of rules and regulations and formal worship. I know they want this ecstatic love of Godhead. Of course they do. Everyone wants it. Everyone does. So the good news is, don't have to give up the religious aspect. Don't have to give that up. It's an important aspect of Lord Chaitanya's movement. Don't have to give it up. Just add this. Just hear from Gaur Haridas and add this ecstatic worship. Just add it. Hare Krishna. Accept it. Otherwise, how will you get it? How will anybody get it? How will I get it if I don't accept the devotees who are carrying it? How am I going to get it? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. For one thing, if a devotee has it and they're manifesting this ecstatic love, okay, and they're speaking this ecstatic worship of the Lord, and they have extraordinary realizations that they share, and they're empowered like this by the Lord. If we don't have access to such a person, then how are we going to get it? We can ring bells and wave fans for a long, long time. A long, long time. But if we don't have access to those that already have it, then it's a very, very long road, many births. And if we do have opportunity to hear from a devotee who has this ecstatic love, and we don't accept them, we find fault, we blaspheme, then that's an offense. And we're blocked. We become blocked. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Well, it's better to say no, it's better to say something, even if it's just no. At least you got to say something to the devotee who's absorbed in this ecstatic worship. And may say no a lot. many times say no, but eventually might say, well, what is this? No, 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 no. And then eventually, what is this? It won't go away. What is it? And then maybe there's an opportunity to begin to accept. The devotees engage in ecstatic worship of the Lord, and then get it yourself. I mean, what is the loss? You don't have to give anything up. I'm still same as I am, you know. I go out, I pull weeds, I water the plants, you know. I cook, I eat, you know. What's the difference? I do all the things that I always do. But now there's a whole nother dimension. There's a whole nother dimension of ecstatic love. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And I'm not needy anymore. I was always needy. I need some association. I need a friend. I need, and looking, who here can I latch on to? No. Hare Krishna. Oh God, Hare Krishna. No. I see it in others. The devotees are needy. They're needy. But somehow or other, they just keep trying to attach to others that really can't help them. Oh God. Seriously, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. When I first came here a couple of years ago, actually, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Yeah, the end of 2017, I came here. And it's a big community, and I was all excited. I said, wow, I'm just going to find so many friends here. I'm all excited about this. And one by one, I was making all these friendships, but it's like I was needy, they were needy, and it's like, wait a minute, I can't fulfill your needs, and you sure as hell can't fulfill mine. I'm like, what is this? But I kept trying. Oh, this one, that one, the other one. And say where I live, they would come here and they would bring stuff, all this stuff. And they would leave their stuff here. Like one devotee, she actually left her deities here. I'm like, wait a minute. Somebody else, what is this, a storage area? They just want to store their stuff here, stuff that I guess they don't want. Somebody else, they just came here and they were just bringing, they tend to store things anyway, they're just bringing a lot of crap here and just dumping it here. That was things, you know. I've got stuff. Couple people gave me their deities. Couple people. I've got, wait a minute. What's going on here? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. And then, of course, their attachments and their consciousness, they're unloading stuff, unloading. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I don't want that. No. You keep it. Here, go, take this. Get out. No. I have to leave room for Krishna. I didn't want all this other stuff. Go away. Go. Get out. I don't want that. I'm not needy like that. I don't need that. I don't need your crap. I don't need your shit. I don't need your stuff. Get out. Oh, God. It's really funny. I was thinking about that this morning. I'm so selfish. I just want to be alone with Krishna. I want to be alone with Krishna. I know it's an illusion. How can you be alone with Krishna? But it's either the Maya illusion or the Yoga Maya illusion. And I just want to be alone with Krishna. I don't want all that other stuff in there. And I find in the association of the devotees who are following Srila Gaur Haridas, I can be alone with Krishna and be with them and not be all the stuff come in. Because if we all have that desire that we just want Krishna without all that other stuff, we just want Krishna, then when we're together, we don't trip each other up. We don't. So that's, that kind of association, I'm really relishing it with it. Everybody really just wants Krishna. And, if there is still some stuff in there, it gets worked out. I see that. It gets worked out. But right now, I just want Krishna. I'm sorry. That's all. That's it. Sorry. Take all your stuff and see you later. If that's attractive to you, that you just want Krishna, well, hey, maybe we can kind of associate a little, but I don't want all that other stuff. And the way I'm protected like that is that I focus on my wonderful spiritual teacher, my wonderful spiritual friend, my spiritual master, my Shiksha Guru, my Rasika Guru, Srila Gaur Haridas. And I hear from the other members of I actually like to hear from the other members of the Sangha more than I like to just go on here and go, I love Govinda's artwork. Oh my God. His videos and his artwork, they say, really, really captures this mood of ecstatic love of worship. It's beautiful. The colors and the collages, and it's wonderful. Hare Krishna, Hare, all his devotees. I love to hear from them. Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. So now there's no room for all that other stuff when they come with bag and baggage. I don't have room for it. And I was thinking, well, how I want them to get free of it. I wish them well. I want them to get, because they want it. That's what they're looking for. They've just got their feelers out in the wrong way. They're trying to latch on in the wrong way. They should latch on to what we're doing. This. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare is ecstatic love of God, as given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and as being preached by Srila Gaur Haridas. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, these videos are really the way. They are. This has been given by the Lord. Just like in the 1800s, the printing press was, Gutenberg made the first printing press. And it was available for Bhaktivinoda Thakur somewhat, and Bhaktisiddhanta and Srila Prabhupada, the printing press. So now these videos are available. And this makes it one world. Everybody, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. So I have to see how to get these videos out so people can see, they can tune in. They can come to where we are. We don't have to go where they are with all their baggage and misconceptions and crazy ideas and desires. And we don't have to go there. They can tune in here. They can tune in. So I have to make these videos available, and I'm looking for different social medias, and I'm starting to post everybody's videos up, and people are looking and they're seeing, and that's really the best thing to do right now. It's very inexpensive. If you want to preach, books, it's expensive. You've got to print. And to be honest with you, a lot of people don't even read books anymore. They don't have that kind of attention span. They read books. They sit down and they watch something. Everybody has a phone. In the United States, the government gives people free phones. And they just have to hook up to Wi-Fi somewhere. But, So everybody is more and more getting access. And if you want to build a temple, it's very expensive. There's management. There's, this and that. But this is Krishna's arrangement. This is the Lord's arrangement to get this message out. And Hare Krishna, to be able to see devotees who are worshipping in ecstasy. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Srila Gaur Haridas. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, he's the front runner. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, I'm hanging on for dear life. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So those were some of the considerations this morning. And I tell you, reading the Old Testament, I'm really glad I'm doing that, because I wouldn't be able to understand it otherwise if I wasn't hearing from Srila Gaur Haridas. Because I've tried. So now I'm looking at it and, I really appreciate, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. The appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Let me see here. It's chapter 9. I'll read something. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. What's a perfect combination, right? It's a perfect combination. 1800s, printing press, Gutenberg. Then Prabhupada comes along, 1970, and the printing is much more technologically advanced, and we've got the books. Now, 2020, we have the technology. Krishna. Oh, Krishna. The experience is that this isn't something that I'm unfamiliar with. This mood of loving God or Krishna. It's not something I'm unfamiliar with. It's something that I know, but haven't had access to. I've forgotten, and now I'm remembering. It's kind of like that. It's not a stranger thing. Krishna is not a stranger. I don't know how many millennia of forgetfulness. I don't know. But it's over. That nightmare is over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Krishna. It's over. So, we're going to read something. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh, Krishna. Yo, I'm glad you tuned in, Barbara. I don't know your devotee name, but I know your smiling Jagannath face and your wonderful dancing. Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I don't know, I'm just going to read something, Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is chapter 9, Adi Leela. In Krishnadas Kaviraj is getting the blessings of all the different devotees before he writes. He's very careful to explain that he's not doing it. This isn't under his desire. And he's explaining what the qualifications are for writing scriptures. And it's the blessings of the Lord and the blessings of the devotees, the Vaishnavas. That's Hare Krishna. So, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. He compares himself to a dog. He has no qualifications at all, but he's being requested to record these pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. He says, text 5, chapter 9, it is by the mercy of all these Vaishnavas and Gurus that I attempt to write about the pastimes and qualities of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Whether I know or know not, it is for self-purification that I write this book. Yeah. And we have to say also, Prabhupada also, and self-purification, it's tasting this tasting. He wants to taste. That's how the purification really works, is when they develop a taste. So he's relishing writing these pastimes. In this way, tasting. And that's the purification. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. It's internal purification. He's not talking about my purification so I won't smoke cigarettes, or my purification so I won't have some illicit sex somewhere or other. He's not talking about that. He's talking about purification, internal purification, which comes from taste and desire for relishing the pastimes of the Lord. Hare Krishna. And this, at night, Prabhupada, everyone's sleeping, and Prabhupada also, he says these purports, his writing, he explained, these are my ecstasies. The ecstasies is the actual purification. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Leaving room for Krishna, ecstatic love of Krishna. Hare Krishna, ecstatic worship of Krishna. So this is what Prabhupada is doing at night. He's relishing this while he's writing it. He says he's in ecstasy writing these things, ecstatic. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And Prabhupada's purport, he says, this is the sum and substance of transcendental writing. I noticed that with his speaking also. Like I had opportunity to be in the room with Prabhupada in the temple in Los Angeles, and when he would give Bhagavatam class, while the Chaitanya Charitamrita was being prepared and was being published and printed. He was there for, I think, 6 weeks, and I got to see him every day. He would give class. And what I noticed is when he was speaking to someone that I couldn't see. I was sitting there, I was allowed to overhear. Just like when he was writing for his own purification and in his ecstatic love for Krishna. He was talking to Krishna. He was glorifying Krishna in communion with Krishna, in loving exchange with Krishna when he was writing. And Krishna, he says, Krishna dictated these books. So also when he was speaking, when he was giving class, he was talking to someone that I couldn't see. It was the same. Because actually when he was writing the books, he wasn't like using a pen and pencil, he was speaking. So he was talking in loving, this was his loving worship of Krishna, glorifying Krishna in loving exchange. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So whether he was sitting in an assembly of disciples, 300 or 400 people, in the temple room with the deity there and he was speaking through the microphone, or he was in his room late at night all alone, he's speaking. Hare Krishna's talking. This is his loving worship of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna is present in sound. And he was tasting that, relishing that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. So he says, sum and substance of transcendental writing is one must be an authorized Vaishnava, humble and pure. Yeah, that humble is becoming more clear what that means. Humble means before the Lord, like what Krishnadas Kaviraj is explaining. He feels very humble before the Lord. He feels like a dog. It doesn't mean that you go around feeling like a dog in front of everyone. Like mousy, I'm humble and pure, I'm mousy in front of everybody. No, humble and pure before the Lord. Arjuna was humble and pure before the Lord. Was he humble and pure before the Kauravas? No, he killed them all. Well, we're not recommending that now. That was the old world. That's not Lord Chaitanya's program. Lord Nityananda reminded him of that when he was about to kill Jaga and Mata. He says, what if you kill them? You'll have to kill everyone. You didn't come here to do that, so Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Humble and pure before the Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare. Not mousy. That's compared to cowardice. Rupa Goswami compares that nectar in his Upadesham, or his, what is it? Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Prabhupada's summary study, that that kind of humble is actually cowardice, which Arjuna showed. He was humble and pure, and he was showing cowardice. But that's before the Lord. Not that a person walks around like that all day, see how humble and pure I am, I'm a big coward, No. That's before the Lord. Humble and pure, feeling meek. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, one must be an authorized Vaishnava, humble and pure. Prabhupada's purport. One should write transcendental literature to purify oneself, not for credit. That's also for speaking, if there's a big audience, or if all alone, reading and chanting all alone, is to purify oneself. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Internally, which means to develop this loving, ecstatic worship of the Lord. That's the purity that that's the purity. Hare Krishna, not the Brahman, nothingness. That's not the purity. By writing about the pastimes of the Lord, one associates with the Lord directly. See? That's purity. One should not ambitiously think, I shall become a great author. I shall be celebrated as a writer. So that's like with everything. I'm leading kirtan. I shall become a great singer and a great kirtan leader. No, it's to get purified oneself. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. I can become a great author, a writer. No, it's to purify. Become a great speaker. No, it's to purify oneself. And Prabhupada, he showed that, whether in front of thousands of people speaking about Krishna or alone in his room speaking about Krishna. It's for that associating directly with the Lord in the holy name, in the pastimes, In the kirtan, and purify the self. These are material desires, to want this recognition. This is profit, adoration, and distinction. It's a subtle sex for the false ego. Hare Krishna. One should attempt to write for self-purification. It may be published, or it may not be published. But that does not matter. If one actually sincere in writing, all his ambitions will be fulfilled. Developing love of God is the... Whether one is known as a great author is incidental. One should not attempt to write transcendental literatures for material name and fame. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Next verse. Lord Chaitanya thought, oh yeah, wow. I read this yesterday, but it's so nice. I've just been thinking about it. Hare Krishna. This is the mind of the Lord. Okay. This is his mind. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. This is his desire. And if the Lord desires it, who can stop it? You know, like that thing, you know, there's that little, what is it? Yari Deki Tahi Koho. No, the other one. Mari K, Rocky K, I can't remember. But if the Lord wants to kill someone, who can protect them? And if the Lord wants to protect someone, who can harm them? So the Lord's desire is supreme. If he wants something, Hare Krishna. He told that to Arjuna too. Arjuna didn't want to fight, and Krishna said, well look, it's my desire, this was in the old world, the fighting world, he said, it's my desire that all these assembled kings be killed. I've already assembled them on the battlefield. Whether you do it or not, they're going to be killed. But I want you to get the glory. So you go, you do it. I want you to be the fame. I want you to get the fame as my devotee. Because then, you know, access to Krishna is through the devotee. So Krishna's glories would be known through Arjuna's glories. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So if Krishna wants something, it's already done. Arjuna, they've already been killed. You saw that. I just showed you my universal form. They're all being crushed. You get the glory. And in that way, my glory will be known. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. So here's the mind of the Lord now, in his incarnation as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's not an army. Nobody's getting killed. But here's what's happening. Okay. Lord Chaitanya thought, this is his mind. He's revealing his mind in confidence. My name is Vishrambar, one who maintains the entire universe. Certainly, as Vishnu, he's maintaining the universe. Its meaning will be actualized if I can fill the whole universe with love of Godhead. The ultimate maintenance, love of Godhead. The eternal maintenance, love of Godhead. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. The true, ultimate, supreme, superlative maintenance is the spiritual maintenance, eternal maintenance. He wants to fill the whole universe with the love of God. He's taken this challenge on. And the Lord likes a challenge. He's going into the material world in the middle of Kali Yuga. Hare Krishna. That's a challenge. Hare Krishna. Thinking in this way, he accepted the duty of a planter and began to grow a garden in Navadvip. So this chapter is about the, it's like a metaphorical kind of illustration of the movement. Lord Chaitanya's movement is like a tree. as a seed, and it grows, and it has branches and roots and limbs. So Krishnadas Kaviraj is using this as an illustration, so it can visualize, something to visualize. Thus the Lord thought the desire tree, he brought the desire tree of devotional service to this earth and became his gardener. Interesting, because we hear in the spiritual world of desire trees, and you can have anything you want. Even in this world, there are certain desire trees. You have anything you want. If you approach a desire tree, which we know as the Vaishnavas, Vanchikalpata Rubhyascha, they fulfill all desires, just like a desire tree. But there are these spiritual forms, can be compared to, thought of as like a tree. Hare Krishna, and the fruits. Hare Krishna, Krishna can flowers on this tree. So this is compared to a desire tree of devotional service to this earth and became its gardener. He sowed the seed and sprinkled upon it the water of his will. He sowed the seed and he sprinkled upon it the water of his will. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare. Ah, Jai. Haribol. Hare Krishna. Text 10. All glories to Madhavinda Puri, the storehouse of devotional service unto Krishna. He is a desire tree of devotional service, and it is in him that the seed of devotional service was first fructified. The Lord brought the desire tree of devotional service to this earth and became its gardener. He sowed the seed and sprinkled it upon it the water of his will. So this desire tree is the Vaishnav, and this is Madhavinda Puri. He brought Madhavinda Puri, manifested in preparation for the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Madhavinda Puri was first. He planted in him the seed of devotional service, first fructified. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare. The seed of devotional service next fructified in the form of Ishvara Puri, and then the gardener himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, became the main trunk of the tree of devotional service. So the seed of devotional service, it passes on. It passes on. So the next Vaishnav was passed on, the seed of devotional service was sprouted in Ishvara Puri, who we know became the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who became the main trunk. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. So maybe they're like rootstock or something, that's roots. These are the roots, and then the main trunk of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Some trees grow like that. They grow, they've got some roots underneath, and then the tree comes up. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. And then there's some glorification here in the purport of Ishvara Puri and his service. He doesn't talk about Ramachandra Puri, the one that missed the boat, but he does glorify Ishvara Puri. And he says, the description here is from it's another quote from Chaitanya Charitamrita from Chapter 8. He says, at the last stage of his life, Srimadevendra Puri became an invalid and was completely unable to move. And Ishwar Puri so completely engaged himself in his service that he personally cleaned up his stool and urine. Always chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and reminding Srimadevendra Puri about the pastimes of Lord Krishna in the last stage of his life, Ishwar Puri gave the best service among his disciples. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, Ishwar Puri wanted what Madhavendra Puri had. He wanted it. Madhavendra Puri had ecstatic love for Godhead. In this conjugal mood, intimate, loving, conjugal mood, a love of Godhead. Ishwar Puri wanted that. He's he's right there. He's willing, whatever he can do to get that. So it's taking this form that Madhavendra Puri he can't move. So Ishwar Puri, well, let me help you, please. I want what you have. Let me help you, please. And always reminding him of the pastimes of the Lord. He was eager. He wanted this ecstatic love that Madhavendra Puri had. He wanted that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And he got it. Madhavendra Puri was very pleased with him. Not necessarily for, the stool cleaning and all of that, but because of Ishwar Puri's strong desire to get this love of Godhead that Madhavendra Puri had, then he could get it. Yeah. Thus Madhavendra Puri, being very pleased with him, blessed him, saying, "My dear boy, I can only pray to Krishna that he will be pleased with you." That's what Ishwar Puri wanted. He wanted that blessing. That's why he was doing this. Serving his spiritual master in whatever way he could. And he got the blessing. I can only pray to Krishna that he will be pleased with you. And he got it. He got it. Ishwar Puri got it. He got the blessings. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Thus, Ishwar Puri, by the grace of his spiritual master, Sri Madhavendra Puri, became a great devotee in the ocean of love of Godhead. Krishna. It wasn't just because he was cleaning stool. It was because of his strong desire. Ishwar Puri could see that. This boy had a strong desire. He wanted the blessings of his spiritual master. He wanted what his spiritual master had. And he got it. It was because of his strong desire. Hare Krishna. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti states in his Gravastika prayer, Yasya Prasada Bhagavat Prasado Yasya Prasada Nagati Katopi. Quote, translation. By the mercy of the spiritual master, one is benedicted by the mercy of Krishna. Without the grace of the spiritual master, one cannot make any advancement. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Uh-oh. There's a cat here. He lives outside. I forgot to feed him. He's having a panic attack. Well, he'll have to wait. It is by the mercy of the spiritual master that one becomes perfect. As vividly exemplified here, I always tell this cat, he's like, look, man, the taste you're looking for is Krishna. You're looking for Krishna, okay? Don't look at me. You're looking for Krishna. That's the taste we're all looking for. We're looking for Krishna. And if we have, fortunate enough, connection with a bona fide spiritual master who has this ecstatic love for Krishna, they can give that to us by their benediction. The same benediction that Madhavendra Puri gave to Ishwar Puri. I can only pray to Krishna that he will be pleased with you. How can a spiritual master, someone acting as a spiritual master, give that blessing if they don't have that loving relationship with Krishna? They can't give that blessing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. They can't give that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I remember I asked, this was in the 80s, after Prabhupada had left, I just wanted to distribute Prabhupada's books, but the facilities for doing that were disappearing because the emphasis was on getting teams and groups of people together to sell things to pay for the expensive properties that had been acquired, the mortgages and everything. So going out and distributing books wasn't making enough money, and so that kind of went in the background. Then we sold other things. So those teams of people that went out, I was always hankering, why can't this just be a team that goes out, chants Hare Krishna and distributes Prabhupada books? Why does it have to be a team that goes out and sells candles or flowers or whatever? Let's use this workforce to go out on Sankirtan, distribute books and chant Hare Krishna. So I asked one of the gurus at the time, he was overseeing that particular area, had a lot of disciples there, and I said, please give me that service. Please give me that service. I want that service. I want to go out and distribute Prabhupada. Please bless me with that service. And they said, right to my face, I can't give you that service. I can give you this other service, but I can't give you that service. So, if the desire is want ecstatic love of Godhead, you have to go to someone who can give it. What is it in AA? They have some sayings. I had some friends in AA. I used to attend meetings. I don't drink, but I used to go with them. I found it was fascinating. They talk about, if you want groceries, don't go to the hardware store. Go to the grocery store. So, in finding a spiritual master, if you actually want the highest thing, ecstatic love of Godhead, go to someone who can give it. Don't go to the hardware store to get groceries. So, if you want ecstatic love of Godhead, come and hear from Srila Gaur Haridas. He has ecstatic love of Godhead. He's blessing anyone who will come. He's praying to Krishna that they get it also. That's what he's all about. Hare Krishna. And those that are coming and getting the mercy are getting it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So it is by the mercy, Prabhupada continues, it's by the mercy of the spiritual master that one becomes perfect, as vividly exemplified here. And so Gaur Haridas has this from Prabhupada. Prabhupada has given him a very similar blessing as this blessing Madhavinda Puri gave to Ishwar Puri. Madhavinda Puri said to Ishwar Puri, I can only pray to Krishna that he will be pleased with you. And Gaur Haridas has a similar blessing from Prabhupada that, yes, continue on in this ecstatic worship that you're inclined to do, and do more of it. You have my blessings. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. This has my blessings, do more of it. So he has a similar blessing from Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It is by the mercy of the spiritual master that one becomes perfect, as vividly exemplified here. The Vaishnava is always protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but if he appears to be an invalid, this gives a chance to his disciples to serve him. Ishwara Puri pleased his spiritual master by service, and by the blessings of his spiritual master he became such a great personality that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted him as his spiritual master. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram. So more about the tree later. Oh, Krishna. Hare Oh, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. It's overwhelming, you know. It's like just overwhelming. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, in this wave of, it's going to overtake everyone. It's inevitable. It has to, because it's the Lord's desire. All the devotees are going to get it. They'll all get it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I don't know, might have to take another birth or two. Well, to pick up where they left off. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, you're going to see a lot of miracles. Yeah, this year especially, 2020, it's like, I can just feel it, you know. I mean, it's building, you know. What is it? It's like an ocean. The Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement, it's like an ocean. It comes in waves, right? And sometimes you can't tell whether the waves are coming, the tide is coming in or it's going out, you know. Sometimes, but the tide's coming in, so you think it's going out, you can't tell, you know. But actually it's coming in. And it comes in waves. It's an ocean, it comes in waves. Hare Krishna is a huge wave. Oh my God, huge wave. Oh, Krishna. Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Wow, it's so much fun. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare. So, there you go. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Gaur Haridas, Jai all the devotees, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Madhavendra Puri, Ishvara Puri, Rupa Goswami, and Haribol.